Hi team, this is Adaptability Advantage. I'm your host Zeena Khan, and I'm here to help you navigate life and understand what it really means to be adaptable. Each episode I'll share tools and tips I've picked up along the way in my journey, because I see change as opportunity. And maybe, just maybe, by the end of this episode, you will too. So let's talk. Every setback is a set-up for success, if you're willing to see it that way. Let's talk about how failure can actually fuel change. Ever had a moment where failure felt like the end? Like everything you worked for just collapsed, turned to dust right in front of your eyes, and you're left thinking, what do I do now? Who am I if I don't have these things? Today, we're flipping the script. We're exploring failure not as a dead end, but as a launch pad for growth, resilience, and momentum. The power of failure. Now, let's be real, failure hurts. It carries this weight. It makes us question ourselves. It makes us hesitate before trying again. But what if we looked at failure differently? Not as something to avoid, but as something to use to our advantage. Psychologists say failure is one of the most powerful learning tools we have. It sharpens our problem solving, it builds emotional resilience, it teaches us adaptability. The key isn't to avoid failure, but to harness it. But what if we looked at failure as fuel? Here's the thing. Not all failure is created equal. Sometimes it stings, sometimes it scars, but we've got to learn to tell the difference. Rejection is something I don't personally believe in. It just reminds me of the missed opportunity. More often than not, it's out of my control. It just keeps that ouch moment around way too long. It's painful, yes, but it's also a stepping stone. The real setback is when failure becomes a pattern, when it leads to burnout, when it starts to chip away at your well-being, when we allow it to stay with us. By being aware of this is the first step to helping us move forward with clarity and not fear. Let me take you back to a failure that ultimately led to my growth, where it became a defining moment for me. I was so sure of myself that I was ready for that next big role. I had the confidence, the experience, the knowledge, the skills, the momentum, and I thought, this is it. I've got this in the bag. And then I didn't get it. I didn't get the job. I didn't secure that role. I was crushed. I was confused. I was angry. I went through all the emotions: blame, frustration, denial. I refused to take ownership at first. And on the other side, I kept it together. Professional, composed, like it didn't bother me. But inside, I was spiraling. I had tied so much of my identity to that next step that when it didn't happen, I felt like I lost a part of myself. But here's what I learned. That moment wasn't a fall. It was a foundation. It lit a fire in me. At first, yeah, it was anger. I had this I'll show you energy. And to be honest, it worked for a while in my mind. It pushed me to move cities, to start afresh, to build a network from scratch. I told myself, I'll create such a strong network, I will never have to apply for a job again. I'll just tap into that network and see where it goes. And that mindset, it has led me to some incredible opportunities. But eventually, I had to shift from proving others wrong to proving myself right. That's when the real growth began. So how did I build momentum through failure? How did I turn failure into fuel? Here are the 3 things that helped me and might help you too. Reframe the narrative. Failure isn't proof you're not good enough. It's proof you tried. It's feedback, it's data, it's insight. The most successful people, they've failed a lot. Analyze, don't personalize. Don't let failure define your worth. Ask yourself a few questions. What didn't work? What can I learn? What needs to shift? Take the next step, even if it's small. A small momentum doesn't have to come from big leaps. It comes from movement. One action, one adjustment, one decision to keep going. Failure doesn't stop momentum. Our reaction to it does. And when we learn to navigate failure with intention and purpose, we realize it's not the end of the road. It's all a part of the journey. With an adaptability mindset, we become unstoppable. And most importantly, we remain true to ourselves. So that's us for today, fam. Until next time, be the vehicle to your own success. Live and lead adaptability.